So here I am playing Valorant using the Vandal like any self-respecting human being. I'm using the Reaver Vandal like my favorite anime streamers, and something just feels wrong. My shots feel off or weirdly delayed. I'm whiffing like crazy. Why is my aim suddenly garbage? Well, more garbage than usual, I mean. It can't be that I didn't warm up or that I'm playing with lazy ass crosshair placement, right? However, the next day I had the same experience, and the day after that. It was starting to get really frustrating, so I switched back to the Prime Vandal, which I had been using for the previous couple of months, and voila. What the heck? There's no way that Riot actually coded their gun skins to be better or worse, right? Surely a multi-billion-dollar profit-driven company that makes most of their revenue by selling in-game cosmetics like gun skins wouldn't subconsciously manipulate their players to spend more money on their games by actually making their extremely expensive proprietary cosmetics pay to win, right? That would be a crazy thing for someone to assume without any data to back it up. This whole experience felt so real that it had me questioning my common sense and logic. In an attempt to salvage what is left of my sanity after playing hundreds of hours of low elo solo queue games, I designed an experiment to test the Prime Vandal to determine once and for all whether Riot is secretly juicing their skins or if I'm actually just experiencing a psychotic break. Speaking of breaks, let's take a short one to thank the sponsor of this video, Valorant Tracker. It's a free app that helps you keep track of your in-game stats and also lets you see the ranks of your teammates so you can prematurely judge them whether they're going to be useless or not. It also lets you see real-time feedback of how you're actually playing in a game of Valorant. If you enjoy this video, it would really help me out if you checked out the link in the description below, and let's get back to the content. First, we need a relatively consistent environment to gather data. Using the range might have lowered the variables a bit, but it's also incredibly boring, and video games are supposed to be fun.
None of my teammates are A. None of my teammates are A!
Deathmatch still lets me essentially play Valorant, but removes a lot of the distracting and complicated stuff like utility, economy, and my wonderful teammates.
You're a fucking anime-watching dweeb! Holy fuck, you're a social reject!
Unfortunately, you can't control what map you queue into, and so I had to run a bunch of tests to try and offset this variable and focus the experiment on just the gun skins as much as possible. Here's how it worked. First, I warmed up in the range so that I'm not testing with cold hands on my first run. Then I played a single deathmatch with weapons other than the Vandal, again to warm up, but also to avoid getting extra practice on the Vandal or a particular skin. Only then would I equip the Vandal skin and start the experiment. Oh yeah, and I needed a control group and a comparison as well, so I used the default skin, the Prime skin, and the godforsaken Reaver skin that started this whole descent into madness. After warming up, I played 3 deathmatches in a row, cycling through each of the 3 skins. But wait, if I ran the same order every time, that would kind of bias the results, right? Shut up, nerd. I also have a brain and thought of that too, so each day I cycled the order of the gun skins to mix up which one had the most practice before the test. I then did this 21 times over the next month. Yes, this video took me over a month to make, so please subscribe to the channel. I then played the deathmatch and tried to win. That means no music and audio on like I'm trying to play a regular ranked game, so yeah, I was that asshole in deathmatch. The order for day 1 was default, then Reaver, then Prime. On day 2, it was Prime, then default, then Reaver, and on day 3, well, you get the picture. After each deathmatch, I recorded my kills and deaths in a spreadsheet and kept a running average of both while also calculating my kill-death ratio for each skin variant. 1 month and 63 deathmatches filled with getting spawn fucked and shot in the back later, here are the results. Honestly, I was kind of blown away by how large of a difference there was. I mean, we are talking about winning 10% more duels than the default skin with Prime, and 17% more duels won with the Prime than the Reaver. That's crazy. Not only did the Prime outperform both the default skin and the Reaver skin in KD ratio, but I actually won 6 of the deathmatches with Prime and only 1 for each of the others. So now I could bore you with a long-winded explanation of how psychology and confidence drastically impact mechanical performance, and little things like sound cues and colors can alter reaction time, but I think it would be way funnier to let you all believe that Riot has secretly ruined the competitive integrity of their flagship FPS title.